Right, so today I'm off to see a few bikes because I'm getting that itchy feeling again where I need to buy a new bike. Well, I don't need to buy a new bike, that's a bit of a lie. I want to buy a new bike because I've had the CB500 now for a year. Wow. I bought it for a reason, not for the love of it, but for a practical reason, and it served its purpose most wonderfully. It is a fantastic bike. But I'm getting that desire to buy something I like the look of more than something I need. So I'm going to go and start my recce period now. Basically, I'm going around all the shops, sitting on the bikes. This is the first thing I do. I go to sit on the bikes, because if it's uncomfortable in the shop, like my knees dig into the ridges of the tank, so to speak, then there's no point in me even considering that for my list. I don't have a favourite brand of bike. I like most bikes, and there's probably one per manufacturer that I could quite easily buy. And this is the problem. I know a lot of people, they say they're Kawasaki guys, Honda, Yamaha, BMW, whatever, and they'll always stick to that manufacturer. I like the look of so many bikes, and I just like riding, that I like something from every manufacturer. So today I'm off to see KTM, Aprilia, Kawasaki. I'm not sure if the shop does any more brands than that. Aprilia, I'm not that interested at the moment because the bikes I like from Aprilia are far too fast for me. I don't mean as in they're too fast and scare me, as I mean is there's no point in me buying them because I don't ride fast. I'm not a sports bike fanatic, love the look of them, very uncomfortable for me, so the RSV4 is totally out of it, plus it's too bloody expensive. So it's more mid-range bikes I'm looking at, from 600 to 800cc. So because I've got KTM, I like the Supermoto, so I'm going to go and have a look at that, the KTM 690 SMC, to see how that fits. I know it'll fit me in the leg because I'm 6'2", but it's to see whether I can adapt it to make it usable every day, because I like to have my bikes useful. I'm not a weekend rider. I ride in the pissing rain, the snow, the sun occasionally in England. I just like riding. Yeah, so I'm looking at the KTM. I'm also looking at the Kawasaki Z800. I'm not a fan of inline fours, but I do like the look of the Kawasaki. So we should go and sit on those and see what they're like. Hopefully they'll be cool and I can add them to my list. If they're uncomfortable, they should come straight off the list and I shall move on to another manufacturer. Honda at the moment don't really do anything. I mean, I like the CB650, but again, it's an inline four, so I'm not a massive fan of the inline four. They're a bit too screamy for me, where the revs are, the power's at the top end. That's why I like singles and twins. They got a little bit more grunt low down. Triples, I suppose Yamaha got the MT-09 triple, and you got the street triple, which is Triumph, which I am going to go and have a look at. And I'm not a fan of the sound of a triple. Some of them sound nice, some of them sound like they got a cylinder missing. It sounds like they want to be an inline four, but something's broken. And although it's not, that little bit bugs me just a tiny bit. There's always a fucking Range Rover Sport in the way, isn't there? Nothing sporty about that whatsoever. How can you put the word sport on a box? And this here is a prime example of a cock. I parked here and he's just fucking pulled in, blocked me off. What a wanker. Can't get too annoyed with him though, because he's got a shit car. Fucking cockhead. So the 690 SMC is definitely on the list still. The Z800 is not anymore though. I sat on it and the pegs were too high. It's actually more cramped than this. This is more comfortable for me and my legs than a Z800. That's how bizarre the world of biking is. So Z800's off the list. KTM 690 SMC is still on the list. I did look at the Hypermotard as well, Ducati, but I'm not really sure about that. As I said, I'm not sure if I want an Italian bike. I like the look of it, it looked cool, but I didn't even bother sitting on it in case I fell in love with it. Also, I had a look at the Versys 650. Now the problem with the Versys 650 is it probably ticks all the boxes I want for a bike, apart from I have no desire to look at it. It's not an ugly bike, but it's not a good looking bike. It's not something that sets me alive inside. This time when I get a bike, I want to go into the garage and be proud, like, yeah, that's my bike, that is the dog's bollocks, that is, rather than just thinking, yeah, that's practical, that'll do. Yeah, and the only problem with the KTM was it is so slim, so it feels unsubstantial. Good for fucking around down country lanes and mucking about on, but I don't know how that would feel on a long trip. So I don't know how comfortable that would be, how I can adapt luggage to go on it, because if I bought that it would be pure self-indulgence, as in I love the look and it's a big Sigel and I'm going to have lots of fun on it. So do I go for fun or do I go for practical, or can I find that fucking elusive middle ground that doesn't look like shit? The problem with all-rounders is they tend to look so dull. I mean, I've got an all-rounder, the CB500X, it's dull beyond belief.